Guys, let's do some crazy analysis together. So let's assume all of us are beginners and we just want to learn, or we are just learning afresh how to do analysis. So what would be the first thing do you think you will ever do or put in consideration before doing your analysis? I wish I knew a lot of things I know now before I start, but the thing is always impossible for you to know all that you need to know in the beginning. So you just have to start somewhere before you can know something and wish you know it earlier before. But today, I just wish that earlier before I have so much put my trend of the market in consideration all the time I'm doing my analysis. I would have been one of the best by now. I would have been better than here by now. But nevertheless, we still have the time to adjust and to get things right. So we are going to do this analysis like beginners. So and this analysis is going to be from the top down analysis to what our entry level, and I'll be mentioning a lot of things. So we're going to check out the trend of the market, check out the pattern we're going to be using, the price action, and then see if we're going to be engaging in buy or in a sell. So basically, so long we are starting with a top down, we are going to switch our time frame into a weekly time frame. Though weekly time frame, we're only going to use it to just check some things and to know the major trend of the market. So we just want to know the direction in which market have strongly been moving towards or changed to. So this is our weekly time frame, and on our weekly time frame, we can see that market have been what's going up for a long period of time from the weekly time frame. So let me just mark it out from this level here. So market went up, market dropped to this level, market went up to this level, and the market drop. We all know that this thing is a usual thing for the market to be going up and down, because that's the only two direction the market have, up or down. And we all know the names given to this movement, either an uptrend or a downtrend. So this thing is not new to us. And if you are a beginner just watching this video, just know that we have two direction of the market, the uptrend and the downtrend. So we are trying to cross-check the current direction of the market. And if we take a look at the previous movement of the market going up and down, and then till we get to this last low that occur where the market went down last, and the market is currently at this level. So from our weekly time frame, all we can say, or all we can see, is that we are currently on an uptrend. But we are going to confirm if that is true or not, if we are on the uptrend, or maybe it's just a minor move occurring as an uptrend. So let's check out, and what is that thing that will convince us that this market is currently now on an uptrend, no longer on a downtrend. We can see the last week, which is the weekly candle that closed, was what? A bullish engulfing. So it is a clear bullish engulfing, which give us what? This analogy that the market have been what? Strongly been pulled up by buyers and giving us a what? A bullish market at the moment, or a bullish trend at the moment. So now we are going to switch to our daily time frame. So don't forget, we use the weekly time frame just to confirm the current direction of the market on the weekly time frame. And now we can see that the current movement is what? An uptrend. And what is the reason why we say it's currently an in an uptrend? The main reason why we say it's on an uptrend is because of this long candle that form here, which is what? Which is bullish engulfing. So when we see this tell us that market what? Buyers have take charge, and then market continuation will occur in that direction. Even though we have multiple indecision and doji candlestick that occur here, we know that the market was struggling from dropping downward into what? Changing direction to an uptrend. So now let's switch to our daily time frame and see what the daily time frame is actually telling us. So now on the daily time frame, we are going to mark out one or two things, our maybe the support level and the resistance level. Just maybe two of them. The last high and the last low is what we're going to mark out from this daily time frame. So our last low, which giving us a support level, is this region. So I've marked it out. As you all see, this level here, market have been rejected multiple times around that level, giving us a what? A strong support level. So now we're going to mark our what? Resistance level, our last resistance level, where we could see clearly that market was rejected over there twice or three times, or our last high that occur, in which we are expecting the market to pull up to that axis. So this level here is where we're going to mark out as our resistance level. And why did I mark it out? You see this level here and this level here, market what? Got rejected at that level. Market got rejected at that level. So on our daily time frame, that is our what? Our last high that occur where we marked out. But our main analysis is starting from the 4-hour time frame and the 1-hour time frame. So now let's look at where market have been rejected multiple times on the 4-hour time frame and the break of structure that have occurred. So if we want to mark out our resistance, you see this level here, market was rejected at this level, and market was rejected at this level here and at this level here, giving us what? A triple rejection, which make the market to what? Drop downward. So now let's look for another level where market was rejected, either as a support or as a resistance level. So we cannot neglect this level here and this level here, because this level and this level is equivalent to this level, almost around same axis. Market was what? Doing or causing some rejection. So I've marked this place out, which give us what? Support level and a resistance level. If you take a look at what happened here, when the market was around this level here, market got rejected, went up, got rejected again, and went up to this level, giving us a buy. And market dropped to that same level, break below, went up around the what resistance level, drop again, went up again, drop again, went up, drop again, then drop massively. So that help us to know that it was what? A legit place that we can call a zone. So now we can mark out another what? Another support level or resistance level, which is a zone. But let's leave it like this and look for another spot on our what? On our 1-hour time frame. So what is our major take on this 4-hour time frame? On this 4-hour time frame, we're going to use the current movement of the market to see what trend are we actually having in the market. So if we take a look at what happened, the market is currently giving us what? An uptrend. So from this level here, where market what? Break out this structure. You see, there was a structure here, and it was what? Both broken. Immediately market break this structure here, we could see that market what? Keep going upward. Though there are other structures that were broken, like this level here was broken, this level here was broken as well. So let me mark them out. You can see this was broken and was retested, was broken and retested. So this level as well, this level as well was broken and what? Retested a little. So how can we see the retest until we move to the smaller time frame? So you can see a lot of break of structure occur around that level. So for we to see multiple break of structure upward, that means we're currently on an uptrend, not a downtrend. So when you are seeing multiple break of structure on a particular direction, that means the market is trending in that direction. Okay, so now let's confirm, aside of the break of structure we're seeing, what is that thing that we can actually spot to say this market was actually going on an uptrend or trending upward. So if we take a look at what happened here, after the market have broken this structure, market dropped to this level, market went up, drop again, market went up and drop again. So creating what? Creating a trend, creating a trend for us, where we have a what? A lower high, a higher high, a lower high, a higher high, and a what? A lower high. So we seeing this thing that let us know that we are currently having what? An uptrend in the market. But let's use 1 hour to mark it out properly, because this is not going to give us what we want, the 4 hour time frame. So the 4 hour time frame have tell us that we have what? We are currently on an uptrend. So let's see what the 1 hour time frame will be telling us. So from the 1 hour time frame, we cannot decide to mark the what? The trend of the market. So from this level here, you can see market what? Have been rejected or getting rejected on that trend line. So we can still what? Extend the trend line to this level, So that let us know that we are what? On an uptrend, because market have been breaking structure before, and they're creating what? Higher high and lower high, higher high and lower high, higher high and lower high. Okay, so long we have these things being created, the higher high and the lower high, that let us know that the market is currently what? On an uptrend. So we've confirmed several things to know that the market is on an uptrend. Our weekly time frame let us know it is an uptrend. The daily time frame let us know it is an uptrend. The 4 hour and the 1 hour time frame too let us know that it is an uptrend. So whatever we'll be doing in this market, we are going to what? Be buying, not selling. So we are not going to trade against the trend of the market. Now that we have noticed that the trend of the market is an uptrend, even with the 1 hour, so what are we to do? What are we to do? And how can we position ourselves to be able to enter for a buy? So now let's switch to 30-minute time frame and see what 30-minute time frame have for us. So from the 30-minute time frame, we can all see that we have what? Fair value gaps that need to be filled up, and then for the market to continue buying, it must what? Have to clear all of the fair value gaps. So let me mark out the value gap we have around here, this level. We have a fair value gap around this level. So we're expecting the market to get to this level at least. We're expecting the market to get to this level, and then around this axis, um, around this axis, we'll be taking our buy. So around this level here, we'll be taking our buy. But before we actually going to wait for the market to drop to this level, and it is around this level we are going to be expecting to what? Take our buy around this level to this what? Either to this high or to the what? To the last high that occur here. Yes. So this is how we're going to do the stuff. So as you all know, if we'll be entering for a buy around here, then our TP, either this will be our first TP and this will be our second TP. Then that means our stop loss is going to be okay, our stop loss is from this level to this level here. So that's how our stop loss is going to be if peradventure we happens to take the trade around that level. So this way of doing this analysis is one of the best way you can ever what? Analyze this market. This is good for you to be able to win in the market. But the reason I'm not using the proper buy order or sell order, buy order I mean, is because we have not reached our final bus stop. So now this is our 15-minute time frame. 15-minute time frame, though, is elaborating something very more reasonable, in which we might discard the 30-minute prediction and then base on the 15-minute prediction. So if we take a look at what happened here, the market let us know that from this level here, market dropped to this level, market went up a little. From this level, market went up a little, and the market dropped again to this level, and market break out this structure and get to this level. So we are waiting for the market to properly retest this level here, where we drew our what? Our trend line, So that means after market dropped to this, move to this level, drop again a little, and then went up to this level. So from here, we're expecting the market to come and tap in around this horizon. Then what? Take our buy from this level, and this place might be our first TP and our second TP will be this level. So our buy order is going to be from this trend line. Is going to be from this trend line we have here. So this is one of the best way you can actually analyze gold by using different time frame, from the weekly time frame to 15-minute time frame. But you must be used to what different time frame. You must know the pattern that are occurring. You must know the trend of the market, and you must be very, very good on your price action. So I have some videos that I did on the price action and chart pattern. If you are not good on your chart pattern, please, you can search for the chart pattern videos, which I'm going to be tagging on the description, and you can do as well, go to the description box and then click on the link and watch those chart pattern or price action I explain in some of my videos. So if you find this video useful, please hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share to your loved one, and see you in my next video.